Terry, and very good afternoon to all my wonderful Viva family and Viva Africa and the Rwanda new family. Welcome to our IndusViva family. So this is Prem Kumar, Black Diamond Ambassador and DAC member, IndusViva Health Sciences Private Limited. And first of all, I want to congratulate the entire corporate team, starting from our respected chairman, our honorable CEO, and the entire corporate team. Special wishes to Mr. Arun Thomas for the addition of another feather in the hat of having Africa opening from Rwanda, and to all our wonderful corporate team. So my task here today is to explain the wonderful unparalleled compensation plan of IndusViva to all our beloved participants from Rwanda. So let me share the PPT here. I'm going to take you through a little bit into the compensation plan, because the compensation plan is so powerful. It cannot be explained by someone within few minutes or maybe in 1 hour, but it's possible to have a a glance at it. So today we will have a look at it and see how we are going to explore it together in the land of 1,000 hills. And at IndusViva, we believe we will also make Africa as the land of 1,000 black diamonds in the coming years. With that spirit of IndusViva, let's begin this presentation. So if you all can hear me and if you all can see this PPT, please give me a thumbs up as a signal to proceed. Thierry, can you see this? Yes, thank you, Thierry. Thank you very much. So welcome to the world of possibilities. That's what we say at IndusViva, because we believe that together we can create a wonderful world. So let's jump in. So what is the current health scenario globally? Let me take a report from National Cancer Institute, NIH, Bethesda, MD, USA. And in 2016, there was an estimated 15.5 million people, affected by cancer and called as the cancer survivors. And the number is expected to increase to up to 20.3 million by 2026. And approximately 38.4% of the people are men, and women will be diagnosed with cancer at the same point during their lifetime. That's what is said. And in 2017, an estimated 15,270 children and adolescents aged 0 to 19 were diagnosed with cancer, and 1,790 passed away due to this deadly disease. So this is what is the alarming thing when you look at the health scenario today, my dear friends. And moving forward, we as a world-class wellness products manufacturing company, IndusViva, we have a strong belief in this statement, what you see on the screen: an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And we urge everyone that we would rather prevent the upcoming disease instead of suffering and going through the cure. So if you don't invest in your health today, you may have to spend a lifetime on illness tomorrow. And that's what is our driving principle in manufacturing world-class products. So there is a wonderful product which is rolled out for the African market, starting from East Africa, that's Rwanda. This is called iVaid. Instead of me speaking about this subject, this product, I would love to virtually present here a video which is very well compiled and presented by our product development head, Dr. Balu himself. So let's have a look at this video and understand in a very simple yet powerful way what Ayurveda is all about. Theory, can you see the video on? Theory, if you can see this, give me a thumbs up.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you, Theory. Thank you. Let's watch this video. Well, that was the intro of Ayurveda, and now let me take you through the presentation here. So Ayurveda, as you can see, they say one picture speaks more than 1,000 words. I think that picture itself, that image, that video was showing us that Ayurveda is an Ayurveda enriched advanced combination of polyherbal compositions that has been used in India, especially since the ancient times, and in the treatment of arbuda. And arbuda is nothing but what we call in English cancer, as its irreplaceable benefits have been mentioned in the 5,000-year-old Sushruta Samhita, which is the ancient foundational textbook of Ayurveda. And my dear friends, Ayurveda is a special formulation with its spectacular immunomodulating effects to improve the quality of life of an individual who is well and who is unwell also. So if somebody is well, we help them to stay in wellness. If somebody is not well, they're already into illness, we help them to come back by using this amazing product. The regular consumption of Ayurveda helps in controlling the age-related degenerative diseases and conditions, degenerative conditions, and that is what Ayurveda is all about. Let me also tell you, here at IndusViva, we are presenting this world-class product, and what we urge to our wonderful consumers or the customers is that you enjoy the benefit of this wonderful age-old ancient wisdom validated with modern science in the form of Ayurveda. So once you enjoy the benefit of this, you drink it, you love the wonderful benefits whatever this product is giving to you and your family and your beloved ones. So you feel it, and once you feel it, we urge you also, because every human being is having an inherent quality of sharing something good with other fellow human beings. Because someone said very well once, I remember that, I think it was the ancient saying which says man is a social animal. So we live in communities, we live in a society with other fellow human beings, and what we feel good we always share with our brothers and sisters. So that is the very basic foundation of building this business with IndusViva. So drink it, feel it, and share it, and eventually you will be able to build an amazing world-class business with IndusViva. So let us go through the world famous cash flow quadrant by New York Times bestseller author, that is Robert Kiyosaki, a world renowned economist, very, very popular through his Rich Dad series of books he has been publishing all along. And he says, if you look at the world, the people around the world, and based on the cash flow, based on the way they earn their living, you can categorize people into 4 different categories. And that's what you see on the screen, my dear friends, which is known as the cash flow quadrant. Cash flow quadrant. Basically, E stands for employees, S stands for self-employed, and B stands for the business owner, and I stands for investor. I may not go deep into this today, but just let me give you what this basically means. The summary of this is a good job, and after that, many people, everybody after their good education, good marks, they want to get into a job. There is a set of people, there are people in the society who believe in choosing job as their way of earning their living. So that's the first quadrant. You have a job, that's the E quadrant. And then comes the second quadrant, that is the S quadrant, which is also on the left side, which means that you don't work for someone, but that rather you create your own job. So let me clarify that. If I am a qualified teacher, if I'm a qualified teacher, I'm qualified to teach some subject. If I join as an employee in a school, I belong to the E quadrant. If I choose not to work in a school for a school, and I rather open my own tutorial center where I teach the students and coach the students, I belong to the S quadrant. So the left side basically has the employee and the self-employee, and the right side we have the third quadrant, which is called as the B quadrant, which stands for the B for business owner, someone who is having their own business, where the business is run by the system. The system works for you. In the B quadrant, the business owners always build systems which work for them. And finally, the I quadrant, you're talking about the investors, wherein further the people believe in the I quadrant to make the money work for them. So the B quadrant, system works for you. In the I quadrant, the money works for you. And according to Kiyosaki, he further classified the four categories into two categories to make it simpler, saying that the left quadrant and the right quadrant. The left quadrant, the employee and self-employee, though their nature of work is different, the fundamentals remain the same because they work on individual effort. They earn based on their they earn the active income, and because of the individual effort and active income, their earnings are always limited. So that's what is the feature, the common characteristic of the people on the left quadrant, that is the E quadrant and the S quadrant. And moving further, on the right quadrant, we have the B and I quadrant people. The right side, we have the B quadrant and the I quadrant people, who have three common things, which is their common feature, I would say. And the best part here is, my dear friends, the B quadrant and I quadrant are exactly opposite when you look at the E quadrant and S quadrant. So that's what separates them into two different categories, wherein, for example, on the left side, the employee, self-employed, they put efforts on an individual basis. However, the B quadrant and I quadrant, their earning is not based on an individual effort. It's always the team effort or the system driven effort for the people on the right quadrant. And due to the team effort and the system based effort, their earnings are not limited or finite. Their earnings are infinite. So the people on the B quadrant, they work based on the team effort or the system based effort. Their earnings are not limited, it is unlimited, which is infinite. And finally, due to the feature of system driven or the team effort driven ways of earning, they are able to be passive over a period of time. So whereas the people on the left side, they have active income, the people on the right side, they have the passive earning. Now, many people might be wondering, Mr. Prem, why are you talking about this to us? So it's very simple, my dear friends. That's the connecting bridge of this presentation. So why this opportunity is presented today to each one of us? The very basic reason is Kiyosaki says 95% of the people globally in general belong to the left side of the quadrant, because the society prepares us to go for a job or to be on a self-employment. And network marketing is the best opportunity for you and me, for an ordinary man to move from left quadrant to the right quadrant. And IndusViva is today providing that opportunity to move from left quadrant to right quadrant. So that's the very basic reason this presentation is shown today to you, to move from left to the right quadrant. Let's move further, my dear friends, and understand how this transition can happen. The very first thing is IndusViva is a technology based business. I would say you can build the business at the comfort of being at your home. The ease of doing business at IndusViva is liberated, or I would say leveraged, through the digital platform of providing you a virtual office at IndusViva's website, where you will be able to monitor your business to every minute detail with the ease of a click. So that's the virtual office of IndusViva for the ease of doing business. Moving further, let me explain to you how this product is going to be your driving force, or how you would be able to build your business as an entrepreneur with IndusViva around this product and all the other future products which will be rolled out for the African market. So Ayurveda, basically a bottle, comes in the form of a juice which is 946 ml, and 4 units of Ayurveda will cost you a distributor price of 250 US dollars. And let me tell you, remember this calculation, because the entire compensation plan is built upon this point value. Each bottle of Ayurveda carries 25 point value. So the distributor price is $250 US dollars, and the suggested retail price, or the SRP, is $300, which simply means that you are able to enjoy the retail profit of $50, which is 20% from the day one. The moment you register yourselves with IndusViva, you are eligible to earn the retail profit for every bottle you retail it to your near and dear ones and your friends and your well-wishers. Moving forward, the company also allows you to expand your network of distributors by providing you two zones, basically one zone on your right and one zone on your left. So, and through these two zones you will be able to sponsor your good friend, your cousin, your relative, your buddies, anybody and everybody who is interested to be an entrepreneur, to anybody is interested to build their business. So the business opening bonus is the reward which is paid to each distributor when he or she opens the right zone and left zone. Let's assume each bottle of Ayurveda is 25 PV, and let's assume you have sponsored Mr. let's say Edson on the right, and he has placed an order for 8 units of Ayurveda, which is 200 PV. Similarly, you have Veronica on the left, who has also placed the first order of 200 PV. You will be appreciated for opening your two zones, and this is called as the business opening bonus. And as you open your right and left zones, you will be paid $20 each as the business opening bonus. And now that you have started your right zone and left zone, with the support of Vibrant Viva, the wonderful world-class training and education system, you will be able to access the resources of your company and the education system. And further, expand your network in order to cater more and more people. So let's assume how this would take shape in the second level. So here you have Mr. Edson on the right and you have Miss Veronica on your left, and you have further helped them also to recruit two of their good friend or a well-wisher in the similar fashion. So what would be your profit at this juncture? As I mentioned to you, the retail profit what you earn would be $100 with 200 PV sign up as a first order, and the business opening bonus is $40, one on your right and on your left. You have opened the business, on both the zones, and there is a rank called as the star rank. When you sponsor personally one gentleman on your right and one on the left, you are elevated to the first rank of IndusViva, known as the star rank. And if you can do this within a stipulated time of 1+1 week, you are paid what we call as the quick star bonus. Quick star bonus. And if you further help your person on your right and on your left to further achieve the quick star, you are again rewarded quick star bonus too. So in this detail, you can see the retail profit is $100, the business opening bonus is $40, and the quick star bonus is $60, which is an appreciation. The company gives you the reward, appreciating your effort in being swift enough to complete your star rank. And further, now that you have two zones, what we call the dual team, one on your right and one on your left, you have 400 GV on your right and 400 GV on your left, which enables you to earn the dual team bonus of $80. So my dear friends, within couple of days, or I would say within couple of weeks, you would be able to reach a level where your total profit would be around $280 as given in this example. So now further, what is there in store for you? How far can you go? Let's explore it together and see that. So the dual team bonus is a wonderful feature in IndusViva's compensation plan, where you have your two zones developing week after week as you continue to thrive and continue to lead the organization on your right and left. Every Friday is the cutoff. That's what is the tradition at IndusViva has been. Every Friday midnight is the cutoff, and the coming Monday, within the 3 days, the next Monday, the company pays the incentive to its distributors every week, which means that the dual team bonus is a wonderful bonus which can be earned up to 52 times in a year, because we have 52 weeks and every week is a week of joy at IndusViva. So when you have, let's assume 2000 GV. GV is very simple, my dear friends. When PV is you retailing the product, it is the point value. Each bottle carries 25 PV. When it is collectively produced by the group, it is converted as GV. So it's very simple. It's the simple change in the terminology. Otherwise, the points remain the same. So let's assume you have 2000 GV on your left and 2000 on your right, 2200 on your right. So there may be a question that is it very much needed that the balancing of the volumes happen? Let me tell you, this is my 360th week with IndusViva. Never in the past the balancing of the volumes has happened, but then the virtual office, the software is so intelligently programmed, it picks up the least of the both, least of the right and left, and matches it and pays you promptly on the next closing and the next payoff. And let's assume here in this example, you have $400 as the payout, and the 200 excess volume is carried forward to the next week. Similarly, you can see in the next week, you have 2,500 on your left, 2,000 on your right, and 200 gets summed up, and you're paid for 2,200 from both the sides as $440. And the 300 excess GV is carried forward to the next week, and this is on the left side. And you can see it is getting summed up with the 3,000 GV freshly produced volume, and that's 3,300 on your left. And on your right, you have 4,000 GV, which means that you are paid for 3,300 GV on your left and right. And the excess 700 GV is carried forward to the next week, which simply means that, my dear friends, depending upon your rank, the imbalanced group volume shall be carried forward to the next consecutive week. That's the amazing carry forward feature under dual team bonus in the compensation plan of IndusViva. And now you may be curious, what would be the max payout of the dual team bonus? Let's explore it together. So at IndusViva's dual team bonus, the capping limit, the dual team bonus capping limit is $5,000, which is when you are able to expand your network over a period of time, let's say 1 year down the line, 2 years down the line, or maybe like me, 7 years with this company down the line, when you are able to reach a level of producing 25,000 GV on your left and 25,000 GV on your right, the capping is $5,000 under the dual team bonus. And there is an additional advantage with the dual team bonus attached with the personal turnover. At IndusViva, in order to stay active, you need to produce the monthly personal turnover. And there is an advantage of imperative monthly personal turnover, because when you are following this monthly personal turnover and you are building a network, let's assume you have 1,000 people on your left and 1,000 distributors on your right. So when both the organization, you have a minimum of 1,000 distributors, and they do a minimum turnover, personal turnover of one bottle of Ayurved, that is 25 point value, even without the expansion of the network. That is the advantage, my dear friends. Even without the expansion of the network, you will be able to enjoy the dual team bonus of $5,000 in your IndusViva business. So this is how you go forward with the dual team bonus. Let's explore further. As you know, a personal turnover bonus, the company also encourages you to be an ideal distributor. What is an ideal distributor? When you retail 100 PV personally in a particular cycle of 4 weeks, and you also sponsor minimum 100 PV into 4 people, an ideal distributor in IndusViva is born, and you will be eligible for a personal turnover bonus of $75 worth of products. And that's the personal turnover bonus at IndusViva. Look forward for that. And also, IndusViva rewards its distributors royally. At IndusViva, executive diamonds and above rank holders shall be eligible for a $1,000 royalty in every qualifying month. If you meet the diamonds of IndusViva anywhere, you will definitely see a smile on their face because of this additional feature called royalty. And the best part of this is not paid to you. This is paid to your co-applicant who is a kind of a business partner with you who supports you. If you are married, it might be your life partner. Otherwise, it may be your mother or your father who is your co-applicant basically at IndusViva. And you can see that as an executive diamond, your period of earning royalty is 1 year. For blue diamond, it's 1+1 and 2+1 for purple. And executive white diamond gets 3+1, and black diamond ambassador is paid 4+3, and the royal black diamond ambassador earns a lifetime of royalty. So that's another amazing income at IndusViva. And finally, my dear friends, the superior pool bonus. This is one of the biggest income I would encourage you to look forward in your journey at IndusViva. So it's a very, very simple way of putting it across. $2 per 100 PV of the global business volume of IndusViva, GBV, in a calendar month shall be allotted to a superior pool, and it will be distributed among the crown black diamond ambassadors of the company as per the points achieved by them every month. A crown black diamond ambassador earns 1 point per week for his platinum performance, which simply means accumulating 200,000 GV in all the 5 organizations. As I mentioned to you, the dual team bonus is the beginning, it's not the end. At the dual team bonus, you have 2 zones, and further you will be able to build 3 more organizations, which is after your black diamond ambassador rank at IndusViva. So this is how, for instance, if the global business volume is $50 million in a calendar month, the special pool bonus will be $1 million in that particular month. And let's assume we have